Okay, I just thought I'd make a quick video. I had some issues here with getting the gasket, the cover off of the rocker assembly to change the gasket, and I looked online and didn't really see a video that explained anything, or explained much anyway, but as you can see I have it off now. Now I'm kind of tearing this bike apart and redoing it. This is a '07 Sportster 1200 custom, so it was a little easier for me to get the tops of the rocker boxes off because I have all the wires removed and everything out of the way. A good friend of mine gave me a tip though, which I'll share with you now. And basically what he said was, if you could imagine that the rocker boxes are back on here, both of them, to take a rag, lay the rag out flat over the top of the rocker boxes so it sticks through both sides, pull the rag up tight and tie it up here, and that will pull the wires, or should pull the wires, high enough and far enough out of the way so you can get the rocker box off and slide it off to the side. If this bike were put together like it comes from the factory, I would have had a hard time getting it off, getting the covers off with all those wires there. So that's one way to try this. Like I said, luckily I had already taken all the wires apart anyway. But getting the top box off is simple. I have a manual, so I follow the manual. It tells you which screws to take off and what order to take them off in. That was easy. The lower box was difficult to get off after I unscrewed it. I really had to give it a lot of pressure and really pull hard on it. You know, I don't like to put too much pressure on things, but after a while I thought about it and I said, I think this lower box won't come off just because it's stuck on too tight because of the gasket being worn, and it was. The gasket was really, and I'll show you, was really worn out. You can see where it's, you know, all that was stuck to the underside of the rocker box housing. So it was worn pretty bad. So if the bottom box won't come off, the best thing to do is to you know, give it a good lift. It'll come off at that point, providing obviously you have all the screws out. Then clean the excess gasket off with a rag, and then you know, put the new gasket on. They do have to be torqued down, and they do have to be torqued down in a specific order. So you know, make sure you look at the manual because it'll tell you what order to screw them down in and how much, what the torque setting should be. So that's it. If you're changing the rocker box, it's not a big deal. I've been at this for about an hour and 15 minutes. The toughest part would have been getting that top box off. Again, with my wires being out of the way, that was pretty simple. Then the other tough part was getting the lower box off, which I just had to apply some pressure to, and it came right off. So that's it. Just figured I'd make a quick video and let anybody know who wants to attempt this. It's not very difficult. The dealer, I think, wanted $250 to do this. The gaskets cost me $17. So for a couple hours of my time and $17, I saved some money. So, and it's not difficult, providing you have the manual. So if you're going to attempt it, my advice is go ahead and do it. As long as you have the tools and a manual, you're good to go. It shouldn't take you very long. So that's it. Thanks.